Hi, Brandon. Sorry,
Hey,
I
how's
had
it
some
going?
people in my office. How you
No,
doing?
no problem.
Good?
Good. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great. Working a little bit.
Nice.
This is not something to get worried about. I just hit myself playing tennis yesterday.
With the racket? Wow. Have you read that Andrew Agassi open book?
Injury Agassi, no. Is it good?
Oh, so good. It's
Yeah.
his whole life story, and it's not like a boring autobiography. Like, it's phenomenal.
Yes, of course. Those guys, he's amazing.
Yeah.
If you like it, do you like tennis?
No, I don't, but I'm just going through that list of the Mike Ferry, the books to read, and like every book on here is just phenomenal.
Wow. Let me
There's I
see.
don't know how many. There's got to be like 400 or 500 books here. Like there's a lot of books.
Yeah. Let me see. Give me 1 second because I don't know. I had to I had to get you in.
Like I didn't do anything. I was that agent that just took off.
Yeah.
And so now to be like focused and to have the mindset of like, okay, if I'm doing what I don't want to do now, I'm gonna have a better year next year. Like I'm super excited about this time of year, which I've never been before.
You're killing it.
Yeah,
With 50 contacts a day, bro. Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
I need to get
Yeah,
that.
it's just and then but it's further qualifying, right? So it's like and like Mike says, like I don't know where I heard it, but he was saying, oh, it was Superstar Retreat Notes, and he was just saying that you deserve to follow up with that lead. Like if you put all the energy and effort into getting that lead, like by gosh, follow up with that lead till they tell you they don't want to do something or they're doing something, but follow up with the lead. Don't be scared to make the call.
Yeah, that's what I noticed yesterday. I was evaluating myself, and that's what I noticed that I'm really good on the phone. I get
Yeah,
appointments, and then because of the job that I have to do in my brokerage, with the team and everything, sometimes I don't even have time to prepare the pre-listing package and send it now.
right,
So I'm throwing a good appointment to the garbage.
right,
And then if I get a good lead, for example, okay, now and I notice that they cannot do it now, but they are going to be able to do it in 2 weeks. Then I don't follow up on them because I have a lot of things to do. So that's
right.
why I reduce my prospecting like to 2 hours, only to be able to do all the rest of the stuff until I find, an assistant.
Yeah.
The process now, you
Yeah,
know.
I'll do my pre-listing packages. So I book a listing appointment for like at least 2 days out. And then what I do is I get up early and I do my pre-listing packages between like 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning before. And if I have any admin, I shoot that email out to get that done. But I do that then, and then it's ready for the afternoon so it doesn't interrupt my prospecting time.
Yeah,
So it's been working well. I mean, my schedule, like Mike says, the biggest thing I've become versatile in changing my schedule. Like I was having a hard time waking up early, reading. Like I said to Robert, how do you have so much time in the room and getting to the gym? So I'm like, what if I just change it up? So now I've been going to the gym at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's phenomenal, man. No one's there. It's a mindset break, like and I have a protein shake when I get back home, but it's such a great break between the day, and I still get to do my learning in the morning. So it's been
yeah,
working really well.
yeah. I used to do that, and at some point it didn't work for me when I used to work from home. So
Okay.
I started going from 5 to 6 a.m. You know,
Yeah.
and because the thing is, in the middle of the day, if I work with the if I do prospecting in the morning, obviously I have to wear a suit in case I have an
Sure.
appointment or a preview appointment that I can go to, and then
Right.
take my suit out, go to the
Sure.
gym, then get dressed again. It's like for me it was losing 1 hour of training plus another extra hour to change clothes,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to go through the notes. Do you have them?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Please. Yeah. Let's go through the notes.
I'm recording. You want to go over it?
Sure, yeah, I'll go over it. Yeah, let me pull them up here.
Let me see. One participant share, multiple participant can share. Okay. See if you can share it. If you can
Okay.
share your screen.
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Disabled, it says.
Yeah,
Multiple participants. Let's see now.
there we go.
Perfect. Now I know how it works. There's these notes that I sent, and there's another notes that I think those are the most important, the ones that Robert sent.
The Robertson, okay.
You need to get into your email to see them.
Yeah, sure. So 13 principles of think and grow rich. The 13 principles summarize. Desire. In order to be successful at anything, I have to want it badly enough in order to overcome the obstacles that show up in my path. I have to want it as much as I want and need to breathe. The first step is so vitally important. Number two is faith. I need to truly believe I can achieve my goal. This isn't, I think I can. This is, I know I can. There is a huge difference. I must know it with conviction that goes deep into my soul. There is zero doubt about it. Number three, auto suggestion. I need to use daily positive affirmations to reinforce my faith. Look in the mirror and tell myself I am smart. If I doubt my ability, I am a marathoner. If I doubt I am capable of finishing a race of that magnitude, notice I didn't say I will be a marathoner. I am a marathoner. Number four, specialized knowledge. Successful people read daily. They take courses, they listen to podcasts, they are in constant state of learning. They never ever think they know it all, ever. If I want to accomplish X, then I need to learn everything about X. Learn from those who have what I want. Number five, imagination. I must visualize success. This is like number three's auto suggestion, but goes a step further. I must be able to see myself at my goal, feel my emotions in that successful state, know exactly how I will react, what I will do, and how my life will be different. This visualization will get me through the tough times and will make what many will perceive as mountains in their way, I will perceive as nothing more than molehills in mine. Number six, organized planning. Napoleon Hill's famous quote, "A goal is a dream with a deadline," is all about the planning and taking action. It's one thing to want something, it's another to actually take the action steps to get me there.
Yeah.
Create a plan, create a system, and then do it. Number seven, decision. Successful people don't ponder decisions. They take action without the fear of failure. Decisiveness is powerful. Just go. Stop procrastinating and wishing for the right resources. I must be resourceful and make decisions quickly. Number eight, persistence. Never give up. I will have failures. I will have obstacles. There will be times I will question why I'm doing what I'm doing, times where I will be judged. I can't give up. Show up every single day and take action. The little steps, the small actions add up to results. Rome indeed was not built in a day. Number nine, the mastermind. Successful people surround themselves with other successful people. They understand the power of sharing knowledge with peers. That is the definition of a mastermind. Consider them think tanks. I am who I associate with.
Yeah.
My partner. I must have a partner who believes in me, believes and supports my goals, and understands what it takes to get me where I want to go. If not, I will struggle. Again, I am who I associate with. If my partner is constantly negative about my dreams and goals, then chances are that will get in my head and I won't be successful. The subconscious mind, master positivity, denounce negativity. Stop reading the negative news, stop getting sucked into negative social media, and 100% remove toxic people from my life. What I focus on, I become. Number 12, your brain. Associate with other smart people. I want to learn from those who have what I have. I want to surround myself with those who I can learn from, be inspired by. This is accumulation of number 9's, my partner, and number 11's of subconscious mind, and is incredibly powerful. I want to be around people who will rise me up, not bring me down. My circle really matters.
Exactly.
13, the sixth sense. Yep. What were you saying, Christian?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Just say it right.
the sixth sense. In the end, I need to trust my gut. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If someone is sending me toxic vibes, I need to disassociate. This doesn't mean I shouldn't feel uncomfortable when stretching outside my comfort zone. It means when in the face of something that does not align with my core values and my purposes, walk away.
Exactly.
13. So is this the same thing? Okay, just more in detail. Okay, I see. Number 1, burning desire. Unless I am super lucky, like stumbling upon a suitcase full of money, lucky, then everything in life starts with my desire and my ability to visualize what I want. Once I have got a burning desire to achieve my goal, I'm able to persist despite setbacks and challenges along the way, even when it seems like I'm making no progress. It's my burning desire that drives me to achieve the impossible. Think of Beethoven, who, despite being deaf, composed works that are still performed and loved today. Or consider Milton, who became a great author despite being blind. They were able to achieve their dreams despite their challenges because of their passion for their craft. No matter what I'm doing, see if I can work up a burning desire to see it through. Then, as I progress in life, aim to choose only those projects that set my mind and heart on fire with desire. If I can do that, I will never work another day in your life. By combining a desire with faith, conviction, and a positive emotional state, I am creating the energetic vibration of thought that will be picked up by infinite intelligence. This through thought energy is what will lead me into my objective. This is what Napoleon refers to as the mystery of sex transmutation and Think and Grow Rich. Anyone who has ever been in love can tell me how intense the feelings are, the urge to be with that special someone and form a physical bond. It all adds up to a powerful feeling. Rather than ignore or deny these feelings, use them. Harness that desire by focusing on my main life purpose. Wishing will not bring me riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. Sex desire is one of the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. Love, romance, and sex are all emotions capable of driving men to heights of superachievement. When combined, these 3 emotions may lift one to an altitude of genius. Napoleon Hill. Number 2, absolute faith. Faith is having belief in what I do and trusting my capability to achieve my goal, seeing my results before it happens, feeling what it's like to have achieved the result before I even start, knowing that I will indeed accomplish my goal. These are all faith-driven and allow me to perform feats that seem like miracles to others. Faith is knowing in advance that what I want will come to pass. My mind isn't divided between this will happen and what if it doesn't happen, because I know for a fact that it will. And I'm able to rest easy knowing it is just a matter of time before I achieve the result I seek. With faith, I can stand firm no matter what the obstacle or challenge and know that it doesn't matter because success is inevitable. Faith isn't a frenzied mantra repeated over and over. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. But rather a calm, confident knowledge that because I can see the end result I seek, it will come to pass. Riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. Faith removes limitations. Number 3, self-talk, auto-suggestion. I believe one of the reasons Betty White stayed in good health and lived to be nearly 100 was because she always found the positive in situations and in people. She didn't go around talking about how bad things were, but instead chose to focus on the positive and be happy. My self-talk can determine how happy, healthy, and successful I am. Positive self-talk is another great tool that I can use to achieve my aim and fulfill my destiny in life. Whether my words are spoken in my head or aloud, finding good things to say about myself and my world sets me up for happiness and success. In many cases, I'm creating positive prophecies that do indeed come true. As Napoleon Hill said, we are the prophet of our own life, and our visions about our life do come true. Learn to love myself in a positive, healthy way, work on encouraging myself, I can do this, and telling myself that I'm worthy and capable of achieving my dreams. Your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend very largely upon your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. Number 4, specialize. Specialization is an almost required ingredient to success because it gives the universe a clear vision of what I want and desire. Be specific in naming my goals, career achievements, relationships, or anything that I want to be in my life. Focus on exactly what I want to the exclusion of other things. People lose their destiny because they don't define their purpose. We all want to achieve great things, but we can't all be great at all things. Choose what I want to be known for. Be persistent in working towards that goal, and my greatness is certain. But what about people like Richard Branson? He started all kinds of different businesses, and many of them have been successful. He didn't focus on just one thing, and yet he did. He focused on building a business empire and let others who were more knowledgeable in each business make the day-to-day decisions. For example, his goal wasn't to start an airline, but to look for business opportunities, find the experts who specialized in each opportunity, such as people who knew how to run an airline, and keep building his empire that way. He also built those businesses one at a time and not all at once. The key is to focus, choose one thing, make it a success. Then, if I want, move on to the next goal and do the same thing. Successful men in all callings never stop acquiring specialized knowledge relating to their major purpose, business or profession. Those who are not successful usually make the mistake of believing that the knowledge acquiring period ends when one finishes school. Number 5, imagination. My imagination is my power. It is the invisible ability to attract great achievements and prosperity to me. And that's why Steve Jobs said, imagination is everything. It is a preview to life's coming attractions. Imagination is the power I wield to create my future life. If I imagine bills, loneliness, and despair, then that's what I will have. If I imagine that each time I attempt something new, I met with resistance, then that's what I will have. But if I imagine my life as I wish it to be, then I can create the life I want. See my new achievement in my mind's eye as though I am viewing it in the present tense. It's simultaneously already happening, current tense, and it's already happened, past tense. Yes, I can imagine both at once. My goal is coming to fruition and it's already happened. Think of a deposit coming to my bank account. It's not there yet, and yet it is here. True, I cannot access the funds until tomorrow, and yet it is already mine. Think of what I want to have, to achieve, and to become in the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years. Make it as clear as can be in my mind. Write it down lest I forget it. Continue to see it simultaneously in my imagination as if it were coming true, and it already is true. Think and Grow Rich as I imagine my plan for achieving what I want. See myself executing that plan, and then get busy making it come true. The better I can see the end result in my mind, the easier it will be to achieve. Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Ideas are products of the imagination. Man's only limitation with reason lies in his development and use of his imagination. Plan. Spoiler alert, I already mentioned the need for a plan in the previous paragraph, but hey, I know I needed one, right? I can't get to the moon or to Mars without a plan, and I don't usually achieve my highest goals without one either. If I plan to start a business, part of that plan is to choose my business and then take the steps necessary to start and run that business. My plan is my roadmap on how to get from where I am to where I want to go. Planning is the act of strategizing and creating a formula on how to execute and work towards the achievement of a goal. With no plan, I will fail. One note, plans get me started and guide me along the way, but they're not written in stone. As I progress towards my goal, I may need to make revisions to my plan. That doesn't mean I don't need a plan to start with, or that my plan was wrong. It's simply how planning versus real life works, and that's totally okay. I can have a plan and be flexible. The plan will get me started, and the process will show me where to update my plans for a better outcome. There's an old joke that goes something like this: God, I pray to you every day to win the lottery. I've been praying for 30 years without fail. I pray and pray and pray, and you still have not come through for me. God, could you meet me halfway and buy a fucking lottery ticket? If I plan to win the lottery, part of that plan is to buy a ticket. And the next step is to take action, follow the plan, and purchase my ticket. Opportunity has spread its wares before you. Step up to the front, select what you want, create your plan, put the plan into action, and follow through with persistence. Most of us are good starters, but poor finishers of everything we begin. Moreover, people are prone to give up at the first signs of defeat. There's no substitute for persistence. Number 7, take massive action, decision. Once I have used my imagination to see what I want to do and I have planned out how to do it, then it's time for action on a massive scale. This is where so many people fail, and understandably so. Massive action sounds like a full frontal assault made by an army. Not so. Massive action for me might simply be setting aside 1 hour per day every day to work on my goal. If I can't sustain my action, then I will fail. That obese and out of breath person who begins the new year thinking they will exercise vigorously for an hour a day is doomed to fail, because the action they've chosen is not sustainable. For someone who hasn't exercised in 20 years, massive action this week might simply be stepping out of the front door every day at 8 a.m. to walk around the block. Next week, maybe they walk 2 blocks. And next month, maybe they're doing a mile a day. For them, that is massive and sustainable action. There will be times when very little action is necessary. I see yourself getting a raise. I know what's going to happen. My contribution to the company are well known. The next week, the boss calls me into the office to say I've gotten the raise. These things happen all the time. My thoughts direct my world. But in many cases, massive sustained action will be needed. Think of my action taking as a marathon rather than a short burst of activity. Plan to invest a certain amount of effort each day to reaching my goal. People who fail to accumulate money without exception have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly, and of changing these decisions quickly and often. Number 8, be persistent. Persistency means working when I don't feel like it or when I would rather do something else. When I have had a bad day and the last thing I want to do is anything but veg out in front of the television, and yet I still work on my goal, that's when I'm being persistent and consistent. Challenges will happen. Enthusiasm might wane before I get back on track. But if I expect from the very start that not every day will bring a busload of motivation, then I will be ready for those days when I just kind of don't want to bother, but I do the work anyway. I suspect it's the lack of consistency and persistency that causes the most regret in life. If only I had kept going. If only I had acted on my idea. If only I had gone after my dream. If only I get one shot at life. then maybe I better get moving and make the most of it. Take a step every day to get where I'm going. Don't quit, don't give up, and don't take a breath longer than 2 days, even if I get sick. Everyone has challenges, but only those people who work to be consistent and persistent in their efforts will overcome the challenges to succeed. Sorry if I sound like motivation mouthpiece, but I know everything I just said is true. The question is, am I living it? Riches do not respond to wishes. They respond only to definite plans backed by definite desires through constant persistence. Number 9, rebound from failure. Failing doesn't make me a failure, but quitting does. Every time something goes wrong, ask me, what's good about this? Keep asking that until I find the answer. Since I began this practice, I have found something good or even great in nearly every bad thing that's happened. Remember, I only must get up one more time than I fall down. And yet so many people quit after their first setback. Oh no, I feel so stupid. This isn't for me. Bullshit. Expect there will be bumps in the road along the way. Just let go of my ego and enjoy the ride. My ability to rebound from failure can bring out the best because every failure comes with an equivalent of greater success if I will simply keep moving forward. The subconscious mind will not remain idle. If you fail to plant desires in your subconscious mind, it will feed upon the thought will reach it as the result of your neglect. Positive and negative emotions cannot occupy the mind at the same time. One or the other must dominate. It is your responsibility to make sure that positive emotions constitute the dominating influence of your mind. Collaborate. Collaboration is like magic. Just think about how powerful it can be to utilize the skills and knowledge of other people to reach my goals. The greatest steel magnate, Andrew Carnegie, self-admittedly didn't know all that much about his own business, but he didn't need to. He went out and found the best and brightest minds in the steel industry and hired them. Carnegie not only wasn't afraid to hire people who were more knowledgeable and smarter than himself, he bragged about it. And because of his skill in collaborating with others, he became one of the richest people in the world in his time. If I can't work with people, then I'm going to have a difficult time achieving my dreams, no matter what my goals are. My ability to collaborate and work with others can be my greatest power, one that brings all my dreams to fulfillment. If I make a list of everything I need to do to achieve my dreams, I will likely find there are a lot of different skills I'm going to need. I could spend several months mastering each of these many skills, and in a few months or years, I might be ready to proceed. Of course, by then, some of what you learned will be outdated, and I will need to go back and learn some more. Or I can simply find people who are already masters at the skills I need and allow them to help me. Yes, this does mean compensating other people, but imagine I'm building a business. My goal is to grow it into a six-figure income within 6 months. If I must take time to learn how to build the perfect website, write the perfect sales copy and blog posts, become a pro at social media, spend time creating a great product and recruiting affiliates, then I could be looking at months of trial and error while learning from my many mistakes. It might be a year or two before I ever get my business off the ground and profitable, if it is even happens then. But if I pay professionals to help me, then I can probably launch my business in just a month or two. I will stand a much greater chance of hitting my goal of 6 figures in 6 months. I will have saved immeasurable frustration, not to mention time. And if going alone means I earn 6 figures 3 years from now, and collaborating means I earn 6 figures starting in 6 months, that's a minimum of $250,000 I've lost by doing everything myself. But I don't need help. If I truly don't, then great, go for it. But if that's my ego talking, I might want to ask my ego to sit on the bench while I recruit my star lineup to help me with the game. Why I just launched into a sports metaphor, I'll never know. But I get the point. Amateurs think that outsourcing and collaboration costs money, but professionals know it's the fastest, easiest, and smartest way to get where you want to go in life. Every human brain is capable of picking up vibrations of thought which are being released by other brains. The creative imagination is the receiving set of the brain, which receives thoughts released by brains of others. Number 11, take calculated risks. Take note of the word calculated. If I want to change anything in life, there is a risk I will need to assume, however slight it might be, and sometimes the risk simply feels too great, not because the consequences could be dire, but because as humans, we tend to be incredibly risk adverse. Let's get something out of the way here. If I want to make major changes in my life, then I have to get ready to look like a damn fool. Anytime anyone takes on a new task, they're probably going to look silly. They're going to make dumb mistakes. Everything about them might scream amateur. So what? It's all part of the process. When I learned to walk, I guarantee I was terrible at it. I fell down all the time. I clung to furniture to stay even a little bit upright. I wobbled around like a tiny drunk and had trouble going in the right direction. Sometimes I was so tired of falling, I went back to crawling because I already knew how to do that. Now just imagine if I had given up because I didn't want to look foolish. I would still be crawling today. That's why I got up one more time than I fell. And this is the attitude to take when starting on my new ventures. I might be somewhat clueless now, but I will learn as I go, and I will get better and better. Feeling embarrassed and foolish is risk number one, and it's simply the ego worried about what others think. Who cares what they think? I'm following my dream, and that's all that matters. Now there's another kind of risk, and it can assume all sorts of shapes and forms. Do I choose this person or that person to do my writing? Is paying for advertising going to bring in business or waste my money? Is this the right niche or is this too saturated? Is my persona too over the top and going to frighten away prospects? Everything is a risk, including not getting out of bed in the morning. And sometimes I will have to make big decisions about what to do next. I feel like I am taking a big risk. Others will tell me not to do it. Pay close attention to whether or not these others have experience in this. If not, I want someone counsel. Find someone who's already done what I'm attempting to do. There are reasons people use guides and Sherpas to help them climb mountains. These experts know the best paths, the places that are too dangerous, and all the little tricks to use and pitfalls to avoid. Life is risk. Make friends with risk, enjoy risk, but not too much. My business and my life aren't gambling tables in Las Vegas. They're much more important and deserve my thoughtful calculation before making any big decisions. No matter who you are or what may have been your purpose in reading this book, you can profit by it without understanding the principles described in this chapter. This is especially true if your major purpose is that of accumulation of money or other material things. Number 12, self-improvement. Vocarious readers have a definite advantage in business because they naturally get more ideas. Finding out what's working for others can cut my own time to success dramatically. For example, in business, what works in one niche might be used in an entirely different selling arena. Or someone who has the same personal challenge as I do may have found a way to turn that problem into a real asset. Improving my own skills can work wonders too. Some folks think that the moment they graduate school, they never need to crack a book again. Those people are stagnant, stuck in whatever year they graduated, and they quickly become obsolete. But the person who is always interested and curious about what's new, what's working for others, and keeps up with the changes and innovations will be well ahead of these folks who think reading is a plague set upon them by disgruntled teachers. Stay curious, keep learning, and take notes. Have I ever read a book and 6 months later I have no idea what you read? Here's a great little trick for always remembering the very best of what I read. Whether it's an article or a book, write down the 3 most important ideas or lessons I have read. This is the information I can use in my own life and business. Write it down and then reread it every morning for several days, and the information can be mine for life. Also, if possible, implement at least one of these ideas as soon as possible. Start reaping the benefits of my reading. 13, the power of the mastermind.
Brando,
Yeah.
We're gonna get disconnected in 1 minute. You wanna disconnect and connect back?
Oh, sure.
Let's do it before doing the 13th.
Okay, sure.
Perfect.